I'm going to sleep every night and a presence is coming in my room. I feel it. I wake up, I'm thinking it's one of my kids, and I'm looking around, I'm like, it's 3:15. It was happening for like a whole week, so I called my pastor and I said, I keep feeling like it's a presence coming in my room, and I'm thinking it's my kids, but I don't see anything. She said, start to say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. So I just kept saying that every time, and I could tell it left. But I was like, am I bugging, or is something really coming in here? So 30 days in, like a month, I'm laying down. My kids is always up at night. They're playing music. I feel the presence come in, but I'm thinking it's my son, because that's what it feels like, because I'm half asleep. That's what I feel, and I'm like, you know when somebody come in your room, you know?
You know exactly.
They hit me on my foot. So I'm like, because my foot was out the cover. So I'm like, why Xavier playing with me? I come out the cover, and it's a Spanish man with his hair slicked back looking at me with this smirk I will never forget. He was like, I was like, I was like, this is a spirit? I was like, what the hell? And then when I threw my cover up, like, you know how you get out the bed, and he was still there. So I ran to my door, and I was like, Xavier's a man in my room. He ran in my room, and there's nothing there. He was like, come on, Ma, you saw a spirit? I said, no. It looked like I saw him clear. I was like, this was a man. Like, and then we started thinking, I was like, this is the dead of winter. I'm on the second floor. You would have heard the screen open. You would have heard him jump out my window. I said, this was different. I called a pastor. She said, I'm coming up with a prayer warrior. I'm not going to tell her nothing. I'm just going to come up and we're going to pray. She came in, this old woman. She just came. Hi, how you doing? My kids was in school. She said, let's hold hands and pray downstairs. When she was finished, there's this big picture of me and X on the wall. She was like, is that your husband? I said, yeah. She's like, she looked around. She said, there's a woman that he's with. She said, are you with him? I said, no, we're separated. She said, there's a woman that he's with. She sent a warlock here.
Wow.
I was like, what? What is a warlock? She said, it's a head witch. I said, why? We're not even together. She said, because the power of a praying wife is there's no prayer like that. She said, and they want to put fear in your spirit so you could stop praying for him. Because I was praying, bind us together. You know what I'm saying? Come against any evil spirits. Like I was praying, fasting, turned down my plate. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they were mad. They said, nah, we got to shut her down.
Because you were still invested.
I was still invested because I was like, okay, maybe I could deal with it this way. Everybody's telling me that, you know, God is the strongest. He's the highest.